This week on Duck TV News, climate change in different light, some competition between pups, and what platforms has students dancing. All that and more on Duck TV News.
Good evening and welcome to the winter premiere of Duck TV. I'm Andrew Lee.
And I'm Manuela. Let's get starting on tonight's stories. Another state in the U.S. has confirmed a case of the corona deadly virus, bringing the total to 5 confirmed cases nationally. It started in Wuhan City in China and has reportedly killed 56 people and infected 2,000 within the country. The virus has now affected Arizona, California, Illinois, and Washington. Although the virus has not reached Lane County, public health spokesperson Jason Davis says the county is preparing to handle the virus if it occurs.
On Friday, the SOJC took a new look on climate change. Evelyn Tedrick has the story.
SOJC students and faculty held an event on the topic of climate change awareness through a variety of interactive games. Multiple rooms on the first floor of Allen Hall were filled with different kinds of games, including virtual reality, video games, and board games, most centered around climate change communication. The event was also a debut for one board game in particular. Journalism master's student Robin Fitzclement shared his innovative game called Wildfire. Fitzclement hopes that by adding an element of play, science-heavy topics like climate change will be more accessible for the general public to understand.
I wanted to use my own enthusiasm for games and play as a learning tool to help people connect with topics that are difficult or complex.
Participants were able to migrate from room to room, exploring various games at their leisure.
Game nights like these are just one example of the many ways that the SOJC is creating more immersive content for its students to interact with.
The event was led by SOJC Media Studies Assistant Professor Maxwell Foxman.
At least since the 2000s, using games as a way of engaging these subjects has become increasingly popular. I think it's all about using them right and being thoughtful about them.
Creators are using engagement media to bridge the gap between serious issues and the public.
Conversation of, all right, we've read about this, we know it's happening. How do you feel if you have a little bit of involvement in it?
For students interested about game production, go to the creative sessions in Allen Hall.
For those interested in learning more about game production, head to Creative Sessions in Allen Hall.
This week, dogs competed at the Lane Event Center to flex their truffle hunting skills. Morgan Gwynn has the story.
That's the sound of the Joriad North American Truffle Dog Championship. On Thursday, handlers and their dogs traveled to Eugene to demonstrate their truffle hunting skills. Deb Walker, a judge of the competition, has been a participant in the event since 2012.
The event is held in Eugene primarily because that's where the sort of nexus of all the truffle people are. The mycologists are here. A lot of them are affiliated with Oregon State University, and so it all got started here.
Dogs come from all around the U.S. to come to this competition in Eugene, including Dewey, who's from Southern California. Truffle dog training is repetitive and involves hiding a truffle, allowing the dog to find it, and rewarding them. This training prepares the dogs for 3 rounds of truffle hunting activities.
The contestants are allowed 5 minutes to walk along the rows of boxes, and their dog has to alert on 2 of them.
Bonnie Granger and her dog Dewey competed together for the first time on Thursday.
It's fun to watch all the dogs, and it's fun to watch him and just how he's responding, so I'm excited.
The event started out with 24 dogs. Dogs who met the requirements of each round advanced to the next. Ava Chapman and her field Labrador Joey were this year's champions. Ava and Joey also won last year's competition. For Duck TV News, I'm Morgan Gwynn.
For more information on the Joriad North American Truffle Dog Championship, you can visit the OregonTruffleFestival.com. Now let's toss it onto sports and get all caught up with Sabrina and Sierra. Hello and welcome back to Duck TV Sports. I hope you're starting off your year strong. I'm Sabrina Ortega.
And I'm Sierra Troup. The Oregon women's basketball program has once again earned their spot in the AP rankings, finding themselves hovering at number 3 this week. Led by Coach Graves and star trio Sabrina Ionescu, Satu Sabali, and Ruthie Hebert, the Ducks swept the Oregon State Beavers in the Civil War Series last weekend. Game 1 brought over 12,000 fans to Matthew Knight Arena on Friday. The Ducks had the lead for the entire first half, shooting at over 50% accuracy in both the first and second quarters. By the second half of the game, the Beavs took control, shooting at almost 65% in the third quarter. However, they were unable to hold on and fell to the Ducks 64-76. On Sunday, 9,300 fans came out to the Coliseum in Corvallis to watch the teams duke it out one more time. When the game commenced, it was clear both teams were hungry for that win. With the lead changing 10 times throughout the duration of the game, everyone was on the edge of their seats. Satu was the clear leader of the night, with 16 points and 9 rebounds, followed by Hebert with 13 points and 14 rebounds. By the end of the game, the Ducks were able to secure a 66-57 win, making this their first win in Corvallis in the last 9 years. This week, the ladies look to challenge Utah and Colorado, followed by a tough game against UConn next Monday. Hey Sabrina, I heard you went to LA for the weekend and the LA schools came to the Huge for some men's basketball.
That's right, Sierra. It was as if we switched places. The men's basketball team swept the LA City teams here in Eugene, improving their overall record to 17-4. First up were the USC Trojans. Man, was that a tight game. By the end of the first half, it was 32-30 Oregon. Sure enough, the Trojans made it a game, even taking a 2-point lead by the last minute. But this layup by Peyton Pritchard forced the first overtime. Both teams scored 5 apiece, ending the first overtime 67-67. Chris Duarte came in clutch in the second OT, scoring more than half of the Ducks' 12 points. Oregon would take the win 79-70 in double overtime. Duarte was the one with the standout performance, finishing with 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 steals. Oregon's second matchup was against the Trojans' crosstown rival, UCLA, on Sunday. The Ducks were down early, 9-7 in the first half, but after going on a 14-0 run, it made for a very different game. Oregon led at the half 48-26. Duarte with another impressive night as he ended the half with 20 points, 5 steals, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Whew, wow. Although the Bruins matched the Ducks 48 points in the second half, Oregon would take the win 96-75. The Ducks will get a bit of a break, their next opponent being the California Golden Bears this coming Thursday. Bryce Betcher is fulfilling the dream of every Eugene native. Reporter Haley Tennant has the story.
Bryce Betcher has been going to sporting events at the University of Oregon for as long as he can remember. Growing up in Eugene, it was always his dream to play for the Ducks. The only confusion was for which sport.
It's always been a dream since I started going to Duck games. If I wanted to play for one college, it would be Oregon.
At South Eugene High School, Betcher plays 3 sports: baseball, basketball, and football. And Betcher was getting actively recruited for both baseball and football. After receiving D1 offers for football from schools like Oregon State, Eastern Washington, Air Force, and Yale, and a baseball offer from the University of Utah, Betcher received the baseball offer he had been waiting for since he was a kid.
I just sat down with my coaches and family and it was kind of like, what's best for my future? What do I want to do? And came up with the decision of baseball. And then after that, did a Utah visit and then did an Oregon visit and, decided, I want to be a Duck.
With Betcher participating in multiple sports in high school, Oregon baseball head coach Mark Wazakowski noticed his athleticism and the impact it will have on the team.
When we can get a multi-sport guy, I think what you see the growth curve and the learning curve go through the roof when they start getting more specialized attention in one of the sports.
It's here at South Eugene where Bryce Betcher will play his senior season before he joins the flock at PK Park.
While Betcher is looking forward to his senior season and looking to make it to the playoffs, he is excited to make the move to PK Park and meeting his new teammates. For Duck TV Sports, I'm Haley Tennant.
Thanks, Haley. Baseball season will kick off here in Eugene February 21st.
The Oregon women's tennis team served up 2 wins this past weekend, sweeping their first 2 matches of the season. On Friday, the Ducks opened the Student Tennis Center up with a 6-1 victory over UC Davis, taking 2 of the 3 doubles matches and 5 of the 6 singles matches. The ladies showed out in a similar fashion on Saturday afternoon in their win over Portland State, once again taking 2 of the 3 doubles matches and 5 out of the 6 singles matches. Next weekend, the squad will be flying south to California for face-offs against Loyola Marymount and UC Riverside. The Ducks have defeated Loyola earlier this season in tournament play, but have yet to scout Riverside's talent. Overall, the team looks to be set up for a fantastic season, with freshman talent Lillian Mold and Maya Pecci already making names for themselves. Sabrina, have you ever been to Moodo Taekwondo?
Moo what?
Let's check in with reporter Joe Zocker to get the lowdown.
In the Core Star Center in Eugene, Oregon, is the Moodo Taekwondo Dojo, which offers a variety of classes to people to teach basic skills to archery and sword fighting. The dojo welcomes everyone of all ages. It's founded by Tim Greathouse, who started studying martial arts in 1989. He opened up his dojo wanting to change people's view on martial arts.
It's not about being the strongest fighter in the world. It never has been that for me. It's about learning how to apply the lessons learned here to your daily life. This dojang is a microcosm of our life. We learn how to work through difficulties. We learn how to work hard at something.
Greathouse tries to make a constructive environment, focus on character development and discipline that parents have already noticed in their own kids.
Seeing your kids develop and seeing them like achieve a new level of learning and a higher standard, and so to see him come in today and hit the target, several times, whereas before he couldn't, I'm really proud of him. And
I broke one.
And he broke one.
They offer classes every day throughout the week where anyone can come regardless of their skill level and still be able to have fun.
I'm Joe Zockert with Duck TV Sports.
Thanks, Joe. Maybe Sabrina and I can take a class. Are you free Thursday?
I don't know, Sierra. I'll have to check. Following the Pac-12 championship and the Rose Bowl game, with former offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo becoming the UNLV head coach, Oregon head coach Mario Cristobal announced Joe Moorhead as the new offensive coordinator. Moorhead was previously the head coach of Mississippi State, where he led the Bulldogs to bowl games in both of his first 2 seasons. Welcome to Oregon, Coach Moorhead. We look forward to seeing your improvement in Oregon's offense.
That's all for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
Before signing off, all of us here at Duck TV would like to send our condolences to the families of the 9 people who passed away Sunday morning in a helicopter crash in Southern California. Among them were father, mother, and sister of alumnus J.J. Ottobelli, along with Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna Bryant. Kobe was a legend and one of the greatest to ever play. His impact will influence generations to come, both on and off the court. We are forever grateful for their unwavering support of our women's basketball team and the advocacy they did for women's athletics. You will forever be missed.
Thank you, Sabrina and Sierra. The news department would also like to send our condolences to the families of those on board. Trains might be shipping liquefied natural gas soon, but Oregon is one of 16 states to reject the Trump administration's proposal. LNG has been shipped between Pennsylvania and New Jersey this past month and throughout Japan since 2000. But Senators Ron Wyden and Jeff Merkley are critical of its threat to public safety.
A new initiative from the Cascadia Learning Cooperative is promoting choices in education. The group held an alternative education fair at the Eugene Public Library last Saturday, where alternative schools could showcase their programs. Community members had the opportunity to meet with faculty members from each participating school and learn about the alternative education programs. Emily Swinson, a teacher from the Village School in Eugene, stressed the importance of academic variety for students.
Lots of folks don't know how many choices there are here in Eugene, and sometimes it happens that people assume that a given school they've heard about is a private school or isn't accessible to them.
The Cascadia Learning Cooperative and the Eugene Public Library plans to continue hosting this event every January. To learn more about the alternative education in Eugene and Cascadia Learning Cooperative, visit their website at cascadialearning.com. That's it for this week. Thanks again for tuning in.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at DuckTV News. Have a great night, Eugene.